TK, what you think of Tweaker?
I think it's the song on my Instagram profile. I don't know why. I think that's like you had to put a song on.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, it is like MySpace. Yeah, that's the one I chose. Don't even know why. I think it was just kind of funny. Good for Jello.
Hey, where are you?
I'm at the Odyssey offices in Portland.
Oh.
What, you're not used to? You're not. Well, I used to. I got like a parking, but there's nothing happening. I have a parking pass and a little fob, and I just use it whenever I have meetings or things that I need.
Do they know you're there?
You just walk into the Odyssey office. I mean, we speculate that happens from time to time here, where strangers just walk in and use the office. But I'm
not a stranger, bro. I'm not a stranger.
But do you work there?
I mean, I am a part-time employee of Odyssey. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we didn't know.
Yeah, I still have an Odyssey computer and an Odyssey email and a little parking.
Well, we had a text exchange a couple weeks ago. I thought we was gonna have to kick somebody's ass.
Yeah, probably.
Okay,
well, it is what it is.
Well, you're gonna be here this weekend, so we might have to pull up on some people.
Let's jump.
You know how it goes.
What's up, man?
R.I.P. Bonte, by the way. So I'm sad to see him leave.
Bonte's not dead. Yeah, Bonte is alive.
He's just moved on to a different job.
Bonte is alive. Let's not go throw R.I.P. around. Like Bonte's alive and well. He's just a TV star now. Has Joe invited you onto his show yet?
Can't say that he has. I must have got lost in the mail.
Soon. So, but once again, I mean, everybody gonna be there. All-Star Weekend. Trista Krick gonna be there. We could bury the hatchet right there.
Trista,
right there.
Do you think Joe actually gonna be out there?
Nah, Joe ain't gonna be outside.
Yeah, I don't think
Joe. Nah, I don't think he might go to one of the festivities, like one of the actual like Saturday nights or something like that. Maybe.
TK, we were texting about this last night. We'll get to the game here in just a heartbeat because I know you were watching that game last night with the Kings and the Mavericks. But you're pulling up. You'll be in California. What, Wednesday?
I leave tomorrow. Yep, I'll be there in the afternoon, and I leave Sunday. So I'm there. I'm there in and out before the actual new format of the game.
Okay. All right. We're gonna work some things out. I'm trying to get. I laid my schedule out to TK. She laid her schedule out to me. So we're trying to see if we can get her to come on down here and hang out with us.
Okay.
Yeah, I might come through.
Maybe on Thursday or Friday or something.
Yeah, come on now.
What are you doing, Casey? What's your story?
I'm gonna be out there Saturday morning. I got to stop on my way to the Bay Area at this Jordan event in Alameda. So I'm gonna go say what's up to my guy in here.
I came over on Friday. You could drive me back to the Bay. We're just doing a little housekeeping here for the chatty house. You could drive me back.
Yeah. You could go wherever I go on Saturday. So yeah.
Okay.
So that Saturday morning, like I said, I'm gonna stop in Alameda, and then I'm gonna head out there I probably, if I get somewhere, I probably want to go check in there and then get to the arena, do something like that. But yeah, hell yeah.
TK going to the parties. Yeah, y'all could be outside.
Come on, man. Hey,
yeah.
You ain't going to the
party? He's not even going. I don't even think he's going.
Well, I mean, if Trista's coming here on Friday, I got plans on Saturday.
True.
No one's going to the game Sunday.
I'm going to the game.
Well, you're going, but I see you every day.
That's true. It's true too.
We don't need to spend more time together. TK flying back, it's just the timing was tough because Friday we got our regular day.
Yeah.
Saturday, I got planned Saturday night, and then Sunday is whatever.
Yeah.
So we're
gonna make it happen though.
We're gonna
make it happen. We're gonna link. We got
to figure out what we're gonna do for Trista if she pull up on us on Friday though. So first text that started this whole, because I had to confess to everybody what I told you last night about how I was losing like a little bit of confidence in our exchange about Zach LaVine. But it all started with TK like, yo, this game is a lot of fun. It ended a lot of fun. Like, do you have a takeaway? Do you have a feel for the Sacramento Kings after watching them last night? This new version of the Sacramento Kings?
I mean, I think DeMar's going to just have to be Superman all the time. And like, that's so tough. I texted you this. I don't know why, but DeMar always seems to have to take the toughest shots down the stretch. It's unnecessarily tough. He's on the move, right? He's going right. He's draped with 2-3 people around him, and he's fading away and floating. And they're like, why? Why does it have to be this hard? It doesn't have to be that hard. So I think that's what he's going to do a lot in clutch time situations. Malik's like those two guys pop off the page at all times. I really like JV and Domas at the same time. I really like them. JV is an underrated passer. Woo! Did you see that pass to the corner that he threw? Woo! Yeah, just a one-handed to the corner cross court. Goodness gracious. So him and Domas together are very fun. And like, you know how I feel about Zach, I still feel about Zach that way. Like he's not.
Don't like him.
I just don't. I think he's completely disappeared. And whatever he gave you in Chicago, he's going to give you less in Sacramento. That's what I believe. I hope to be wrong, but he is like on a milk carton out there.
Why do you think he's going to give you less in Sacramento?
Because this is a team that has playoff aspirations, and they're looking for him to score. And I think it's no surprise that his production increased when him and DeMar were not on the floor at the same time in Chicago this year. He didn't have to worry about, hey, how do I fit in? Who's getting the ball down the stretch? You know, he just got to do what Zach does. And I think with DeMar, it's just kind of tough because DeMar is known as one of the most clutch players in the league in his entire career. And so Zach does this thing where he just kind of like dribble, and then he like hands it off to somebody like a grenade with 3 seconds left to go, or takes a bad shot. So anytime Zach has the ball in his hands, I'm concerned down the stretch. That one pass, it's a good pass that he had, I think, to Domas. I forget who it was. And that was like, I was nervous, though. I was nervous when he went into the lane. I was like, that's going to get turned over. So I think this team is super fun, though. And Jake LaRavia looks like kind of fun. I like the additions. I like these like role players much more than I like the Zach pickup.
Did you see the Pelicans game at all?
I did not.
Did
No.
you see Jack LaRavia's first like 3 minutes as a King?
Yes.
It was the most electric 3 minutes of basketball. Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing. Turn the whole game around.
You know who I was thinking about when we talk about like the best debut? It wasn't the same. Like LaRavia's was crazy. He was doing it on both sides of the floor, and it was in the regular season. But remember how DeMar started off? He made like his first 7 shots.
Oh yeah,
like was just like they were playing the Warriors on that preseason game, and he had like 15 points in the first quarter.
Yeah,
and we're like, oh my gosh, this is the guy we got now. Like it's crazy. But no, LaRavia's was a mess.
I feel like everything was great the first half of the first preseason game we played.
Yeah.
And then it all went to hell after that. That was the peak of Mike Brown with DeMar DeRozan.
And then, it's just time for, change sometimes.
Time for a change.
I think the Mavs are fun too. Like there's no reason the Kings should not have like smacked the Mavs. But in general, very high level of entertainment value comparatively to the Utah Laker sort of game where it's just like a blowout. I love that back and forth atmosphere. Kyrie doing Kyrie things. Like it was a fun game. It was a very fun game to watch.
The Mavs are like, they're not talented. They've lost a lot or whatever, but you talk about how well coached they are. In this. They're tough.
Something recently?
They lost. No, they didn't lose to the Rockets. They beat the Celtics.
No, I think you said they've lost something recently. It was like, have they lost?
Not only have they lost what they lost, but then they lost what they gained.
Well,
they lost like Gafford. We don't know how long Gafford's going to be out for. Derek Lively's probably out for the year. Anthony Davis now hearing maybe season-ending surgery. This is alert.
And Luka's a Laker.
Oh, it's tough.
Those
guys are tough though. Like they go out there and play. Dinwiddie, he's erratic, but he's tough.
But you know what Doug's son. You know what I love about that though is Kyrie's like, it's cool.
Oh yeah,
I got it. It's fine.
I'm here.
It's fine. I got it.
He said.
I got it. It's all good.
You probably could have gotten him for a song, by the way. Could have traded De'Aaron for Kyrie. Could have got him back in the day when Kyrie was still toxic. Toxic.
Yeah. Thank you for doing it.
Somebody last night on Twitter had the successful trade machine of Malik and DeRozan for Kyrie.
You can't do that.
I can't do that, especially because it has a guy like Malik that I love. I love Debo as well, but my love for Kyrie at least had me not zooming past it. I was like, oh, you can get Kyrie in Sacramento.
If you had, because I had a friend who I was like texting, hey, you should watch this game. Like Luka, it's now play. I thought maybe this game would be fun. It was not, but because obviously like just the blowout in Utah is so bad. But if you had to tell someone who was not really a fan of the NBA, if you had to show them highlights of players in the past or current to get them interested in the NBA, who would that be for you guys? I'll give you guys my list that I gave them after you guys give me yours.
Well, Kyrie would probably be one.
Kyrie would be one.
Yeah, Kyrie would be one of them.
Kobe would be on there. LeBron in the open court is special, but LeBron in the half court is not as special. Like visually.
I mean, Steph,
yeah.
Yeah, Steph. I'd show Steph.
Yeah. And Iverson.
Okay.
Definitely Iverson. That was who I did. It was Jason Williams. I think Jason Williams is like number one for me.
How could I forget my boy? Disrespectful. My bad, J. Will.
The passes, the magic that he had, nobody even comes close now. So he was one. It was him. It was Kyrie. It was AI. It was Shaedon Sharp. It was
okay, ma'am.
Shaedon Sharp highlights. His highlights. Okay. Highlights. We're talking about highlights.
No, I got you. Like, so we're
Vince got to be on.
So
there.
Magic, like, I'm not.
I know Magic doesn't.
But that Magic's too far back. We got to go.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
That's what I was wondering. That's what I was wondering. But it still works today, though.
Yeah,
Magic still works today. His highlights still work.
Like people aren't getting Magic now, but you're getting a little Jason. I mean, Jaw highlights are fun.
Jaw highlights, yeah, that's true.
Where's LaMelo?
Derrick Rose.
Ooh, Derrick Rose. Russ.
I was thinking Russ, yeah.
This is good. I like how Trysta. I like the new. I don't know if it's new, but the angle of just making teams. I'm telling you right now, I'm working on my own unethical basketball team because I saw your roster and I'm like, no, I need to shore this up a little bit. So I'm working on it. But the all introduce you to basketball team. 8 slots. Is that what we get here?
Okay,
8 slots.
Okay.
8 slots.
I want in on this. 8 players. All right, I want in on this.
The all basketball introduction.
This will be on social media when we go to KSFM at 4.
You need a graphic?
Well, I got a graphic. I got all of a sudden.
I got to watch tutorials.
Mr. Graphic Designer over here. I like that.
And you know what's cool too is like, think about what you'd say about these people too, right? Like what makes them special. It actually took away some of the cynicism that I have for some of these players. Like, for example, Zion. Like how I speak about Zion to ball watchers is totally different than I speak about Zion to someone who's like not really into the NBA, but I'm really tried hard to get them to like dig in and be into the NBA. I'm like, Zion, he's only 6'6", but he can play power forward and center. He's a lefty, like one of the most explosive athletes. When he's healthy, he's like, does things that you've never seen a guy at his size do. It's like, I've never spoken so many positive words about Zion in my life. I should do this more.
It's hilarious. When you talk to non-ball watchers, you hype the player up.
Yes.
When you talk to ball watchers, like, I'd never have Zion on the team. This guy stinks.
Yes. Like, do you want to trade? You want to trade the number 3 overall pick in Anthony Simons for Zion? Absolutely effing not. No, that guy cannot stay on the floor. No.
It is.
But you have to watch these Zion highlights. Like, that's going to get you into the NBA.
His highlights are great. Vince Carter got to be on that list, huh?
Yeah.
Vince Carter, crazy.
Well, them Alex Lynn Laker highlights about to go crazy because that's official.
Good for Alex Lynn.
They've clearly moved on from Mark Williams and decided we're going with Alex Lynn.
And what happened with, like, the Hornets were like, no, like, we want to contest this. Like this should go through.
Yeah.
And people looked at them crazy.
Yeah. I don't know how you go like, no, I don't care what your doctor said. You've got to take the player. Yeah. I have no idea. But the article was, the story was the Hornets are looking for recourse.
And what kind of recourse happens?
I have no idea.
Mark Williams just disappear? He's just no longer in the league? Like he goes to the no trade zone? So neither team has him on their books? How does that even work?
The Lakers are like, no, we can't go through with this trade. And the Hornets are like, we don't want him.
So where does he go? Now he has to come back to Charlotte and sit there. And
Dalton Connect can do it.
Yeah, they said Dalton Connect was looking crazy last night.
Bless his heart. Yeah, he did look a little emotional. Everybody was calling him Connect 4. You got a bunch of highlights of LeBron James saying how impactful he was at Tennessee because LeBron James, huge college basketball fan, watches so much hoops.
That's the tough part.
Ball watcher.
You got to go back to the locker room knowing he signed off on this deal, and you got to face him, and he'll probably give you the line. Oh, bro, I'm so glad you're back here. I was so upset. I was so upset when I saw the tweet.
I told him no, but I'm hands off, bro. I told him no, though. To be honest with you.
Well, he got
for real. They got him.
He got the ultimate line now. You know they've been moving in secret lately. you know they ain't telling us nothing no more.
Also, it's Luka's team now. I've been asking for them to use those picks forever.
Man, Rob just out here tripping. Now Luka all of a sudden ready to trade my guys.
My guys.
My guys, Dalton Connect.
Oh man. Trysta, I do think and Dame, Zach LaVine, I think he'll be okay. I think he'll play better here than he has as of late. And also, maybe, I'm not saying it's a championship team, but maybe this is a good role for Zach LaVine. Maybe when you ask him to be number one, curious in the clutch and all this other stuff, maybe he's not qualified for or equipped for that. You know what I mean? But maybe if it's hey, Zach, give us 20, 21 a night. We got a guy that'll close it out. We got two guys that might close it out. Get in where you can fit in, in those situations, but it's not all on you to lead us to a championship. Maybe he's more equipped for something like that.
Zach LaVine, I'm sorry, he makes $46 million a year. If you're giving me 17 points a game, you're Cam Johnson. You're not making $43 million a year.
That's true.
And
I don't think he's going to give you 17 a night. I think he's going to give you like 22, 23.
2 more years left on this deal, guys. 2 more of these seasons with Zach LaVine. Remember, I don't mean to be Debbie Downer. Remember, the Bulls were feeling like they had to attach a first-round pick to get rid of him because of how much he costs on the books. You better get something out of these other guys. Like Keegan better develop. Jake LaRavia better turn into something. Because you can't have a guy making $50 million who is just like a role player.
Well, Jake LaRavia is tough because you don't want Jake LaRavia to be too good.
I know.
No, you
they
don't.
Didn't pick up the option, so there's only so much that they can pay him next year.
Chill, Jake. Chill.
They're going to wind up benching him the last 20 games of the season in hopes he doesn't get too good. That's what Dante will tell you they did to him.
Yeah.
Dang, Dante.
Dante was not happy. Dante, he had the season of his life last year.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
I don't know if he's going to be able to replicate it.
How was New Orleans?
It's the best. I love New Orleans. I think New Orleans is the best. I said this on my Instagram. New Orleans is the best Super Bowl site that you can have, I think. Because you're talking about if the other one is probably Vegas, but Vegas is like
it's expensive.
It lacks culture. Let's be honest. Like the whole system around Vegas is just casinos and betting and gambling. No shade to any of that, but that's like the heart of it. And it's just outside of that.
It's open food too.
Like, yeah, it's great.
But it's not like New Orleans food. New Orleans food is New Orleans food. Las Vegas food is just really good food.
Yeah, Las Vegas is let's bring in the best food from New York and Portland and LA and will bring in all these different restaurants, and they'll be all in the casinos. You can walk everywhere. The Ubers are pretty cheap, but you're pretty much all in the casinos for the most part.
And I don't get $2 steak and eggs when I go to, like, that's insane.
But you're not up till 4 a.m. Sometimes at 4 a.m. you're getting out of that. I need something to eat. Fat Burger's line is too long. Oh, look, $2 steak and eggs. Let me just get it to get this liquor out of my system.
Ooh, yikes. But New Orleans has a lot of those same things. Great food, small city, easy to get around. I know people were crazy over the Uber charges, and apparently there was like big, big rate hikes or whatever, price surges. I didn't have that at all. I didn't have a single price surge. I think my Ubers were like somewhere between $12 and $25.
Wow.
But you can walk pretty much everywhere. You can take the streetcar all throughout that joint. There's so many little pockets of neighborhoods that are so different than the French Quarter. I would say I encourage anyone to go out of the French Quarter and see Algiers and Tremé and the Garden District and Uptown. You could spend a week there and still not see everything you want to see. The weather was incredible. I walked around Audubon Park right across the street from Tulane. That's like a 3.5-mile, beautiful on the lake, these little ducks. I didn't even know ducks got into trees, but they do. Ducks hanging out in trees, making sounds. It's just incredible. Amazing meals. And like some of the best Uber drivers or Lyft drivers I've ever had, giving me the locals' insights on how their Mardi Gras were, right? What they do compared to what, the tourists do. They were like, we walk probably 10 miles on Mardi Gras. We're all over the place in all these different neighborhoods. Every neighborhood has their own Indian, tribe that does their thing, and it's like all these handmade ensembles, and they're just going from one neighborhood to the next. So this was really, really cool. I even heard the inside story on what really went down with Katrina, which got me back into Tremé, the HBO Max series. So I couldn't speak highly enough about it. And the weather, it's 30 degrees in Portland. So it's 80. It's like 75, 80 degrees.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was incredible.
So we're really talking 4 cities the Super Bowl should be. It should be LA, New Orleans, Vegas. I guess because Jerry's World is pretty cool, you could throw Dallas in there and Miami. So we're talking 5.
I think LA's even almost too big. I think LA, unless you're going to have all the parties, everything needs to be on the same side of 405. You cannot be crossing across because the traffic gets too bad. You want to be able to get to every pocket that an event could be at in less than 30 minutes. You can't be driving an hour to stuff.
And Dallas is like San Francisco.
Yeah.
Because the game is off in Santa Clara. Yeah. Where's the stadium? Arlington.
Yeah.
And then everything else is in Dallas, and it's not close. Like those aren't. It's not a close distance, and it's not an easy place to get to either.
No. Yeah,
So
I think Nashville would
take Dallas out.
Nashville would be incredible. Nashville's a great city. I went to the NFL draft there, and they had everything on Broadway. There was no other real places that they had any of the events. That was great. That was really great. I think the Super Bowl.
Does Nashville get cold though?
It gets cold. I don't know what the weather is there now. Let's look and see. It was pretty warm when I went in April, but obviously
It's got to be a prerequisite though.
It's 45.
Yeah, no, we can't be in Nashville. We can't be in Nashville. We can't. Not for the Super Bowl. We can't.
Not for
I need to be able to be
You're
good.
not going. You didn't even go to New Orleans.
I know. I was upset about that.
You
I
get
didn't
to go.
to
You get
Vegas
to go
either.
next year. You get
I
to
do.
go.
I'm gonna go to
year.
LA too when it's in LA, and I think. Oh well, there's another. Yeah, it's too cold down there, but they're gonna have it. Atlanta is after that. Mercedes,
Atlanta's tough because most of the things that they put in Atlanta are downtown. And if you know the real Atlanta, that's not anything close to the real Atlanta. That's where the worst things, the most corporate, sterile part of Atlanta is downtown. So it's not great. You have to get out. I mean, it's fine in terms of getting Ubers but you're not going to see any of the culture of Atlanta by just being there and doing the events that they put you in touch to do.
TK said, bank it.
And they don't do Houston, do they?
They do.
Do they?
They do, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was my first Super Bowl. That was
Congested.
28-3. 28-3 was in Houston. I hate
Houston traffic is bananas.
the worst. 4 lanes. We had to
Oh.
get a full police escort to get us from the media hotel to whatever the NRG stadium was. And then they put you in like the auxiliary area to watch the game. Like you didn't even have a press box. So you had to watch it from the TV. It was terrible. The Houston Super Bowl was awful. Awful. Come on.
NRG Stadium to watch the Super Bowl on the TV.
Come on.
That's awful. Don't you have to pay to get on the freeway in Houston? It's almost like a toll system or something, but it's just like the freeway.
Yeah, I don't think that's just Houston. I think that's Texas.
That's okay.
Yeah, because I think I did that through Dallas and Austin, and that one drive I took.
That's how they get their money back,
which was an eternity.
From being cheaper.
Texas is a massive state. Yeah. It's just massive.
Miami was a tough Super Bowl too. It took forever to get anywhere, and it was really rainy. I remember. I don't know if I told you guys the story, but I went to go see Dua Lipa at some party in some warehouse. And it rained so hard that they had to shut that joint down early because it was like leaking from the roof. And so everyone tries to get out and get Ubers, and people were stealing each other's Ubers. It was so, I mean, like you're talking about water to your calf.
Yeah, the rain out there is like standing in the shower.
I couldn't believe it. I was soaking wet. I had these pair of like suede heels. Those were done. Those went directly into the trash.
Yeah, I've been in a Miami rainstorm once, and it was like 80 degrees outside. Then all of a sudden it starts pouring rain, and you're just soaked.
That's what happened when I was in New Orleans, and that was a story.
Is that when you were on the plantation?
Yeah, that's what I was right before.
Kenny and his family went to a plantation for a vacation.
Why?
No one knows.
No, we were no
one knows.
Okay, so I'm telling the story, but it gets crazy. We were on the boat.
Great. Okay, good. Okay, I forgot I left that part off. They
took
a boat to the
down
plantation.
the Mississippi, and they said we're gonna.
What's ever gone wrong? What has ever gone wrong?
Are you sure that wasn't just a ploy to get you and your family?
We got off the plantation and back into downtown New Orleans. But yeah, that's down the Mississippi. You get on the boat, and
this is what the Caraway family does for fun.
Whose idea is that?
We've been trying to find out for 3 years.
That's what happened.
If we were to take like us together as a collective and be like, one of these three vacation at a plantation, number one best guess would be me.
We were just there for 20 minutes, and then we got back on the boat.
Well, lucky you. And then he got back on the boat. Well, your ancestors weren't so lucky.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I didn't go too far onto the plantation. Like I got there, and it didn't feel good.
You
didn't feel good at all. It didn't feel good at all. I got back on that boat. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I love that you thought you were safe on the boat. That's
I wasn't
traveling down the Mississippi.
I wasn't sure, but I had to get off of there. I was like, I don't want. I'm okay.
Was that your idea?
Yes. I mean, the whole thing. They got, you've seen the big boat with the red spinners on the back of it. So they go up and down. You could eat on there. It's a restaurant. All this other stuff. So you catch that right next to like some docking station in downtown New Orleans, and you ride up the Mississippi. And I think it gets crazier. I don't know if they told us that we were going to a plantation when we got on. I don't think they told us. I think they were like, "Oh yeah,
you get luckier and luckier every year, every time you tell this story."
I think it was just like, hey, ride up and down the Mississippi real quick, and they were like, "Oh, we'll dock for a second, and you can get off and see one of these New Orleans plantations." And we got off, and I said,
"No."
Nah. It's okay. The trees look just like the trees. It's the trees you see in all the movies, right? And I said,
well, there's a reason for that.
But they're not. Those trees aren't solo dolo. Those trees have.
It was look and all. We're having fun and all. It was completely harmless, but I didn't like it.
No,
I said,
I'm disgusted.
There's no need for me to be here.
What?
I said, I don't like this at all. No.
Damien, if someone said to you, hey, what do you think? We're going to go to a plantation. You'd be like, I'm good, right?
No, I'm good.
No.
Yeah.
Would you think differently of the person who like brought that up to you?
Look, it was that. If the reason why we went there is because my wife wasn't able to go on the swamp tour that she wanted to go on. She wanted to be down there with the gators. I said, come on.
You just wanted danger of some capacity.
I'm also a reminder of everything that happened on the plantation.
Bruh.
I'm the dirty little secret of the plantation. Like, come on, man. Like, no, Trysta, I'm not going.
No. Me and you together there would be a wild sight.
The moral of the story was we had one of the rainstorms right before we got on the boat. And it was
that is not the moral of this story.
It was 80 degrees.
No matter how bad you want it to be. We'll let you go. What are you doing at the Odyssey building?
Well, I had a couple of meetings right before this, and then I've got a lash appointment. And then
your nails look nice.
Thank you. It took them 3 hours to do these yesterday.
Wow.
They look good.
Thank you. And then I fly out to SF or San Francisco, whatever you guys call it, San Francisco tomorrow at around.
Don't say it's San Fran. They don't
it's
like
SFO.
That. Okay. Yeah. So I fly into SFO tomorrow.
All right. Well, let us know what you want to do, man, because you can't be in California and we're not together. So
in an Uber, like an Uber drive away, I gotta come through. We gotta make this happen.
All right. I bet. All right. It's on.
All right. See y'all. Love you.